Thank you for tuning into Coffee Break. I'm Brian Felder.
And I'm Mary Frankie. With the Oscars right around the corner, we of course had to do a show with our predictions of who we will think will win the top 5 categories.
Which I think is going to be a lot of fun. We also welcome special guest Shara Strand here today, who is a singer-songwriter from New York City, here in town debuting her new single, Jekyll or Hyde. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. As we just said, we are going to be giving you our top predictions for who we think are going to win those top 5 categories, starting with Best Supporting Actress. So let's give you the quick rundown. We, of course, have Sally Field from Lincoln, Anne Hathaway from Les Miserables, Jackie Weaver from Silver Linings Playbook, Amy Adams from The Master, and Helen Hunt from The Sessions. Let's start with you. What do you think?
Well, okay, I'm very indecisive to begin with, but I would have to say that personally, I think Sally Field should win. However, I will not be surprised if Anne Hathaway takes it.
I totally agree with you.
So I did think Sally, how I feel.
Yeah, I did think Sally Field did an amazing job.
Yeah.
I actually heard her do an interview with Oprah, and she said that she felt like this was the role of her lifetime. Like she felt like this was the role she was meant to play.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think she did an amazing job. But I do think Anne Hathaway is going to win. I feel like she was just amazing in that character. And when she was singing I Dreamed a Dream, for those of you who saw it, like I literally wanted to cry. So I really do think it will be here. We also did a quick survey on our Facebook. So for all of these categories, we got your opinion on who you thought would win. And the number one pick for this category, most people did think Anne Hathaway is going to take it. So
I know. Well, and Sally Field, she had to do such a transformation. She had to gain all that weight. She should win just for having to do all that work.
She gained like 30 pounds for the role.
Seriously though, and you know, that's impressive, and that is dedication. So
I agree.
That's how I feel about it.
All right, so moving on.
Yes, moving on. For Best Supporting Actor, we have Philip Seymour Hoffman from The Master, Tommy Lee Jones from Lincoln, Robert De Niro from Silver Linings Playbook, Alan Arkin from Argo, and Christoph Waltz from Django Unchained. So, what do you think?
Well, I'm kind of like you were with the last category.
Yeah.
I do think Tommy Lee Jones did an amazing job in Lincoln.
Oh, yeah.
He was phenomenal. But I'll be honest, okay, so some of you may totally disagree. I know this movie got rave reviews. I did not like the movie The Master at all.
Okay.
But I thought Philip Seymour Hoffman did an amazing job.
Totally.
So my prediction is for Philip Seymour Hoffman.
All right, very cool.
I think
I can totally see how you think that. I agree, though. Tommy Lee Jones, I thought, was incredible, but I am also a huge Robert De Niro fan, and I thought he was fantastic in Silver Linings Playbook, so I would be very happy to see him win it, to be completely honest.
And a lot of people are saying that. And I, on Facebook, however, in our survey, like we were talking about, Tommy Lee Jones actually got our number one pick for our viewers that voted. So,
well, and there's just something about doing a movie like Lincoln, you know what I mean, with so much history and whatnot in it, that if you can give a believable and honest performance, I think it puts you on a different level, you know?
No, I totally agree.
So,
all right, so let's go to Best Actress. So we have Jessica Chastain from Zero Dark 30, Quvenzhané Wallis from Beast of the Southern Wild. Yeah. Very young. She's like, 6 when they taped that, I think? Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence from Silver Linings Playbook, Emanuela Riva from Amour, and Naomi Watts from The Impossible. Okay. So what are you thinking? You have a favorite?
Well, I mean, this is like my life trend. I need to be more decisive and just pick something. But I thought Jennifer Lawrence was awesome, again, in Silver Linings Playbook. I loved it. I thought her performance was great. But I also love my Naomi Watts, just in general, like as, you know, a performer, as an actor. So I would be happy if either of them got it.
Well, Facebook, again, agreed with you. So Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, I'm actually going to go with Quvenzhané Wallis. I think she was phenomenal. She's, like I said, I think when they taped, she was like 6 or 7 years old. Yeah. Had never acted before. Really? I think she did such a great job. So that would be my pick. Okay. And I think a lot of people are going to want the child to win.
Yeah, it's like the underdog, you know, like the newbie and like the fresh talents. See where, you know, she goes. All right, very cool. And for Best Actor, we have Daniel Day-Lewis, Lincoln, Hugh Jackman, Les Mis, Bradley Cooper, Silver Linings Playbook, Joaquin Phoenix, The Master, and Denzel Washington, Flight. Wow, I think this is a really hard choice because these male actors are, woo,
they're all
good.
phenomenal. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to say Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay. Yeah.
I think by far. I mean, I think they're all amazing. I feel like when I watched him on screen, it was literally like a hologram of watching Lincoln.
Definitely.
I feel like
definitely. It was
if I were to
unbelievable.
meet Lincoln in real life, I feel like that's exactly what he would be.
No, I totally agree. He totally embodied him, and I just think his performance was just so believable.
And so many people are calling him literally one of the best actors of our time.
Yeah, but he deserves it. He totally deserves it.
Well, and what I read about him is when he takes on a new role, he will literally take like a year to not only learn the script, but like really learn the character and really become that person.
Yeah. So
And
does
I
he
think
like method act?
He does, yeah.
Wow.
But
wow.
he takes a lot of time. When Steven Spielberg presented him with the film, he was like, "I will do it, but I need like a year to prepare for it." And I think that really says a lot about him as a person.
Well, and it's totally
as an
understandable,
actor.
especially when it's Lincoln, for goodness sake. You
Right.
can't just be like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, that takes a lot of dedication. Okay, but then also on the flip side, my girly side of me loves
Bradley Cooper.
Oh my god!
How did I know?
Oh my god! Oh my god! I could just watch him all day long. So
is that your number one pick?
I mean, for selfish reasons, I'm gonna say yeah,
Okay.
just so I could watch him get the award.
Well, our Facebook viewers
Enjoy.
agreed with me this time.
Well,
They
of
said
course.
Daniel Day-Lewis, and I would honestly be really surprised if
I
he
would
doesn't
too.
win.
I would
So
too. I would
that's
too.
what I think.
I'm just saying, I will be very surprised if he doesn't win, but I still will be smiling if Bradley Cooper wins.
Okay.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna say about it. So,
All right, so let's go to final category, Best Picture.
Woo!
Now, this one I think is going to
Yes.
be really tough.
Yes.
And we have so many nominees. So for Best Picture, we have Amour. We have Argo, which I know has been very popular among viewers. Beasts of the Southern Wild. Django Unchained. Les Miserables. Life of Pi. Lincoln. Silver Linings Playbook. And Zero Dark 30.
This was a year of amazing movies.
Yeah.
Seriously though, like there are so many good choices. Because you know how sometimes you're like, okay, this is just easy. There weren't that many good choices. It could swing a lot of
All
different
right,
ways.
who do you think?
Okay, well, I'm clearly creating this triangle of like madness for myself because for me personally, I liked Lincoln the best. But at the same time, I really, really did like Silver Linings Playbook a lot.
A lot of people are saying that too.
A lot.
Yeah.
And I was surprised actually how much I did like it. So, I mean, I guess I would pick Lincoln first. I'd be totally fine if Silver won. But at the same time, I think Les Mis could just hands down take it.
Well, I think it's probably, my personal choice would also be Lincoln.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those movies of our generation. Like,
Exactly.
Like Titanic. It's one of those movies you don't forget. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
yes.
but as far as what I'm reading, as far as reviews and what other people are thinking, I think it's really between Argo, Lincoln, and Les Miserables.
See, yeah, I know. And that's why I think it's going to be really surprising and exciting.
But I feel like with Les Mis, I feel like people either loved it or hated it.
Right.
I don't feel like there was a lot of people in the middle,
No,
so I
it
don't
wasn't
know.
like,
I feel like it's maybe a toss-up.
I know.
So yeah.
It's going to be an intense year of Oscars.
It is.
Oh my.
I can't wait to watch and see
I wonder
if we
how
win.
right we were. Oh my. Let's
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, so coming up after the break, I'm sitting down with Shara Strand to talk about her new single, Jekyll or Hyde. And before we go to that, let's look at a clip from her performance here last night. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, I am back and I am with Shara Strand, who is currently on tour with her new album Born Tonight and your new single Jekyll or Hyde. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Well, I saw you perform last night and we just watched the clip. You were fabulous.
Thank you. It was so much fun. It was really incredible fun.
So I want to start a little bit with this quote.
Yes.
You were recently featured on the CBS Talk radio show, The Barry Z Show,
Yes.
and they described you as one of the most talented emerging artists
Wow.
in the New York City talent pool, which is quite the compliment.
Yes.
What do you think it is? What do you think it is that separates you from other emerging artists?
Well, I guess I would say that I have a real kind of theatrical background, so I like to put a lot of energy and real vocals into my performances, and even my recordings. I just don't. Not a huge fan of like the auto-tune thing. I just want to go out and be real and have a passionate experience so people feel something.
Right. And I know that you grew up on the stage, so I'm sure a lot of it comes from that. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you got into the industry?
Yeah, I mean, I was 8 years old and I was just a little kid and I had this burning desire to take voice lessons. And so I just asked my parents to put me there. And the first day of voice lessons, the voice teacher was like, you have a gift, I need to speak to your mother right now. And my mom came in and spoke to her, and she's like, oh, what do you need? How much money? You know?
It's always about the money, right?
Exactly. She's like, there's no way my daughter can be talented. And then at the end of the year, I actually sang, and then everybody was just like, can't believe it. Yeah, and then it was just like I was auditioning for theater, and then I had an agent, and then actually started off Broadway in New York City, and then got to Broadway, and then went to school for musical theater, and then I decided that I just didn't want to play a character or role anymore.
Right.
And I just wanted to have my own experiences and have people feel like my story.
Right.
And so that's when I decided to kind of like, well, I was always writing my own music, but work with different producers, anything that I could have done, open mics. I mean, I was pounding the pavement, finding label presidents' home addresses and sending demos, and I mean, I was really
Which is really the story of how a lot of people start out.
Yeah.
You know? So,
I was a crazy stalker.
And growing up, who were some of your the artists that inspired you, or who did you look up to?
So I'm a huge Barbra Streisand fan.
Yep.
I love her. She's my all-time idol. Yeah, I mean,
who
love
doesn't?
her? Yeah, exactly. That's
Right.
crazy. But I'd always listen to like huge, power vocalists like Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, the late and great Whitney Houston. Yeah. I mean, I would always kind of like go into my house and turn off all the lights and light candles and just kind of like listen to these amazing vocals. So I've always just been about like strong, powerful vocals.
I totally agree with you. I'm glad we have that in common.
Yay!
So let's talk specifically about the Born Tonight album and
Yes.
especially your single Jekyll or Hyde, which is what you performed last night.
Yes.
What was kind of the inspiration behind the album, and just tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Jekyll or Hyde, I feel like is my baby. I'm so excited that it's my first single because I've just had so many just relationships where someone's been so amazing to me, and then on the other hand, on the other extreme, been such a nightmare. Even in business, and you never know what you're going to get. And then I realized that every single person has this duplicitous nature about them, where you could be like so great to someone and then just totally turn. You never know where that comes from. So Jekyll or Hyde was spurred from just a couple of bad experiences one night. I just picked up the pen and I'm so proud and happy that it came out as my first single.
I love it. And like you said, like I think it's something everyone can relate to. Like we've all dealt with that before.
Yeah, I mean, whether you're in a relationship with someone who's like crazy and Hyde-like and Jekyll-like, or whether it's you being like that way to someone, you have to cut it off. And then the Born Tonight EP was my first ever EP release, and I'm so incredibly proud of it. D1 Music label put it out, and we had this just very organic experience in the studio. We did acoustic versions, and then we did pop versions. So it was this year process where I was so involved, and we recorded the second single, I Will Carry You, and then there's a bunch of great covers, like Roseanne Cash's 7 Year 8. Got to meet her. That was such a great experience.
And you're working on another album right now, correct?
Yeah, we're just about to go in the studio right after the promotional tour, and we're going to work on some new music.
Well, speaking of the tour, what are some of the cities that you're visiting right now?
So we just visited Boston and Philadelphia, and then Chicago, which was amazing.
Yeah, great. I might be a little partial.
And then we're going to San Diego, San Francisco, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you luck on that.
Thank you so much.
I do want to talk really quickly. I know that you also have a makeup line, which I think a lot of our viewers and your fans maybe don't even know. Tell us a little bit about this Shara makeup line.
I mean, I started as a makeup artist when I was 17. I was always doing my makeup for stage, and people were always asking me about tips, and I love to teach. So I started doing makeup lessons, and it got like really big. I even started out of my apartment, and then it got so big that the co-op board was like, oh, you have to go now. There's like 10 people a day coming to your apartment.
Right.
And so I actually found a space at the Pierre Hotel at the Dominique Salon, which is a huge hotel in New York City. And I'm so lucky. And so I started my line 4 years ago because I'm in love with mineral makeup and how it made my skin look on stage. And so it just kind of took off from there.
Well, I give you credit for managing both that and obviously the career. I know how you do it.
Thank you.
You know, you've accomplished so much in your career already. Like, where would you say you see yourself in like another 10 years?
I mean, I just love being on stage, so I would love to tour all around the world. Like, that's my life goal and journey.
That's your passion, that's your purpose.
Yeah, like I want to go to Africa, India. I want to go to Israel and all over Europe and sing and share and have people have just a response to my music and feel something and have fun and enjoy life while I'm on stage, because that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
And then a Grammy would be nice.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Good luck on your tour. It was so nice meeting you. You are fabulous. I love you.
Thank you so much.
Make sure to check out her website at sharastrand.com, and also you can follow her on Twitter. So
Yes,
thank you so
totally.
much. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Hearing everything you say won't change yesterday. I should get up and leave, but I can't break away. Don't wanna let you go, fighting everything I know. Don't wanna believe you put on a show. When I think you're here, you're not. Should I give you one more shot? Will you be up or down? Are you Jekyll or Hyde? I can't take no more. Been through the storm before. Sick of the up or down. Are you Jekyll or Hyde? Used to be perfect then. Thought you were my godsend. Thought what we had was real. I thought we were best friends. You do me wrong, why oh why? Got me going out of my mind. Your love is a crime, and I'm doing my time. When I think you're here, you're not. Should I give you one more shot? Will you be up or down? Are you Jekyll or Hyde? I can't take no more. Been through the storm before. Sick of the up or down. Are you Jekyll or Hyde? Jekyll or Hyde? Jekyll or Hyde.
Well, thank you again for tuning in to today's show. I want to give a very special thank you to our guest, Shara Strand, who took some time with us. And of course, we want to remind you, we have those prize packages from Poshcorn Chicago and Uptown Brownie that we talked about on last week's show. So go to our Facebook page, Coffee Break, and like that by February 28th in order for your chance to win.
And we would love to hear who you think will win the Oscars. So you can vote on our Facebook page or tweet us at GayTVOnTheGo using hashtag CoffeeBreakTV. Until next time, thanks for watching. See you soon.